Hey guys, welcome to the review show. My name's Austin, and The Last of Us Episode 8 is out on HBO Max right now. If you guys haven't been part of the series so far, this will contain spoilers of this episode and sort of spoilers of the game, but I won't be going on into the what happens in the later part of the game. But we're very close to the end. We have one more week left of The Last of Us, which is this show has been on a good run so far. Hopefully they can land it at the end of it. But yeah. Spoiler warning here. Let's get right into the review. So yeah, cannibals. Yeah, that's a thing. when the first thing that The Last of Us was announced, you're like, oh, we're gonna have to go through that. All right, cool. That's gonna be fun. That's gonna be interesting. No one's gonna be throwing up after this. And they go a little bit farther than they did in the show than the game in certain parts. And I don't mean like it was bad farther. I just mean like they went a little bit darker, a lot darker. So basically, the episode just starts out with Joel hurt. So like he's from the previous 2 episodes ago, he was stabbed, and so Ellie basically has to go out and basically find medicine. Basically, but she is hunting this deer, which there's a little glimpse of the bunny that's from the game. So there's that. There's a cool little Easter egg. But this is where she bumps into David and James, which James is played by Troy Baker, who plays plays Joel in the video game. Troy Baker plays Joel in the video game, and gotta say, they do my boy Troy Baker dirty by giving him this character's role. And if you haven't played the games, I'll just leave it at that. So I kind of feel bad for Troy Baker, but he gets to play a different type of role. He plays more of a villainy role here. Basically, David and James are basically from the group that is part of the group the small little group that Joel and Ellie were attacked by. There's kind of like no line where like, well, your people attacked my people first. It's the same. There's the same thing in the game. That always kind of bugged me. It's like, well, if you explain what happened, they probably won't change the way that they think. But you know, it'd be a nice like satisfaction. Like at least you tried to. You don't come off like sort of like a idiot or dick either way. Which that scene with David and Ellie where Ellie's in the cage. It sort of undermines a little bit because in the game when they first meet, it's sort of and it's very close to the game in the show. The show does it pretty well, but the one thing that they take out is when they fight affected in the game. Now that's just mostly for for the players to do something and give them something to do and gameplay wise and all that. But the one thing that has been like starting to notice in the show that there's hardly any danger when it comes to the infected in the show, and I get they're probably taking a little bit more of a more realistic take on how if a fungi took over the world and they turn people into zombies basically. So I guess they're taking a little bit more of a realistic take on that, but again. There's been episodes where it's just not a lot of action, and this is more of a drama type of show, and it's kind of like the balance of things are kind of like you don't know which one to pick, and I guess I would pick the drama one over the action side, because if there's no character development, then what's the point of the show? You're just watching things happen. That's what I feel like with The Mandalorian at the moment, is just that you're just watching it for the sake of it and no really character development, because they come out and say like, oh yeah, we have no plans on how to end the show. We're just kind of just going on with it, and if you guys keep watching it, we'll keep making more type of deal. So I'm glad that they're actually still trying to give a cohesive story, so something has to be sacrificed, and the action side of it has to be, I guess, sort of sacrificed. But here, this is kind of like a moment, like, throw in a nice, like, 2 infected or something, because then it's like, okay, they bonded in some form, and when you find out that find that portrayed moment, it kind of hurts a little bit more, and it's like, really, we had a moment, we killed infected with one another, but it's like I can sort of forgive that. It doesn't really hurt the episode in any way. But it's just like a nice little touch. It's like a cherry on top of the cake, or on the cherry on top of the ice cream type of deal, or icing, however you want to put it. Really, that sort of kind of, I really noticed it. It doesn't hurt the episode in any way. It's done really well. But the cage scene with Ellie in the cage, I liked a lot better in the video game. Here, because this has happened in multiple episodes where it feels rushed. Where Ellie is, where the line where like tell Ellie, tell the people that the girl's name Ellie is the one that broke your fucking fingers. Here, like like in the game, there's a little bit like a pace to it. Here, it's just like, all right, rush through, and it's like, all right, that seems type of well, it's kind of over. Like the build up to it is nice, but it felt rushed at the end of it, and so. But overall, still a great scene. The actor for David did great. I think he's very, very fucking intimidating. A way better villain than Karen that we got from episode 5 and 4. Which, of course, because he's from the game, so he doesn't feel shoved in. But there's still dialogue that's changed from the game. In this one, they kind of change it to where he's sort of where he's kind of a rapist in some form. He implies that he wants Ellie to be his future wifey type of deal. He has some sexual attentions to Ellie, which is very strange, and it's very, and it comes to even more to play at the end of the episode, where he basically is like unzipping his pants. So yeah, David's not a very good guy. Not a lot of people in this part of this group are very good, because they're keeping the secret that they are feeding their people. They're feeding people. They're feeding little girls to people. He hits little girl. I feel bad for that girl. I don't know what that relationship is all about, but yeah. And they kind of add a little bit more backstory that the guy that died had a father, but yeah. So there's this whole entire confrontation where Ellie's getting loose. She kills Troy Baker, R.E.P. Troy Baker. So try not to. Nope, don't go any further than that. So this section of the show is where like, oh, this is so cool. This is the where you have to sneak around and try to, sneak on David. And honestly, the set itself looks exactly from the game. It's really cool. But again, Ellie doesn't have really any struggle killing David. And I actually like that Ellie's that she only kills one person, so it's not like she goes on a killing spree like in the game or anything like that. She doesn't go. It's more of on a realistic take, and that throughout this episode that you think Joel is going to be kind of the heroic person, but he takes out I think he takes out 3 guys, and we get that great scene from the game where he basically just. I know I'm kind of all over the place, but just go along with it. Where he puts a knife in the guy's kneecap and he just twists it, and basically like he's gonna break that fucking kneecap, and he's like, you're gonna point to where you are on this map, and your friend over there better point at the same spot. And so he kind of uses this scary situation to his advantage, and he's like, I don't need to torture you. I believe your friend. He basically kills them both. And so it's a great scene, but you think that Joel is going to be the one saving Ellie, but really Ellie's the one that just saves herself and kills fucking David, and barely gets out this creepy ass situation, and just like it's just fucking brutal. She's just going there like hammered on him, and like blood's going all over the place. Blood splatters on her face. And it's just like, it's a fucking brutal scene, and it's very well done, very well executed. And next, she basically goes outside because the whole fucking place is caught up on fire. And there's Joel basically there to comfort her, and that's where the tissues like come together, where like it's official that they have like a father and daughter figure dynamic, and like it's like and like they're like that now, and they're kind of like, and they're going to be always bonded that way, and it's very well done. The music though is missing. The music in the game really adds something to that scene, and there's not, and it's more like a silence type of calm, and like they're kind of gone, and like, all right, it's time to move on. But you kind of see that you see Ellie's and you see Bella's like acting where like she's traumatized. Like this is something that will change her for life, and it's very well done. But music always does add something to the scene, and I really do like The Last of Us music. The soundtrack for The Last of Us is done very well, and it's very good. I wish they utilized it in certain scenes like this. But overall, I really enjoyed the episode. I thought it was a great one. I think this one's the top tier episode, like one of the top tier episodes. Like this one, I can't really nitpick. Like there's no really nitpick in this episode. Well, there's stuff that I mentioned, but nothing to the point where it degrades the episode in any way. This is like very well done. You understand from both sides, and it's just, I think they actually really took their time with it, and it sells, and it like eases me a little bit more for the finale that they're going to be that's coming up. There's a shot from one person running through like these like bushes or whatever. If that's who I think there is, I'm not gonna be a little, oh God. Literally everyone's like, why is he freaking out? What's wrong? I'm honestly kind of nervous for season 2, what they're setting up, because it's gonna be something for sure, because season 2 is happening, and I'm kind of, I don't know, I'm not ready to go through that again. I'm curious what they're gonna do. I hope that they land it, stick the landing, but it does ease me a little bit more than where I was previously throughout the season. I'm gonna give The Last of Us episode 8 an A+. Really enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys' thoughts on The Last of Us show so far. Are you guys excited for the finale? Let me know what you guys thought of episode 8. Give me your ratings down below, rankings of the episodes. Let's just have this like awesome conversation in the comment section below. Anyway, thanks for watching. Like always, I'll see you guys in the next review. Bye, guys.